If you're watching this video, I can assume you already like fighting game, even though fighting game is not the most simplest game ever. In fact, fighting game has several characteristics, such as it's a 1 versus 1 zero sum, which means one player will win and the other will lose. No one to blame for your failure, means anything you did, it is on you. You must interact with strangers. You never knew who's your next opponent. You must examine your own behavior, means you need to see what's wrong during the last match and improve. It is real time. You think and act at the same time. It's almost has no randomness, means everything the same to each character. And it's almost had perfect information. Whatever you see on screen always stay the same elsewhere. These were not my words. It was said by Noah Sasso on his 2019 GDC talk. These were some of many reasons why not so many people can invest their time on fighting game. Despite that, you're kind of different. You know and you love the FGC, and you wanted to be a part of it. You see those locals or regional tournaments on YouTube. You see the hype of EVO and wonders, how can you get the similar hype in your area? How can you be a bigger part of the great world of FGC? Nowadays, fighting game has been more accessible than ever, but you can't convince people on doing button press special moves just because they're easy. Moreover, the drive to become better might not exist without a real person to compete. Without one, you will stuck at the same level, you got no one to show off your skills, and you may get stuck at single player mode forever. Playing online is fine, but let's hear what my friend Dylan here has to say.
The thing is, when people are so used to playing online, they tend to use things that wouldn't work offline, you know. So they're in Blazblue, like purple throws or things, because people are not expected to react on it as much.
For that problem, of course, one of the solutions is to join an existing community.
Welcome to the Salty Spittoon. How tough are you?
A community is a group of people with shared or common quality or state in the place where they live. I'm paraphrasing from the Oxford dictionaries. While nowadays communities have overcome past the region barrier with the help of online communities, as long as the member held the same value about fighting games, offline communities still have value. But what if, in the place you live, there's no single established fighting game community at all? Well, I've interviewed several people from my locals, communities in my own country of Indonesia, and some friends from other countries. And in this video, I hope I can help you on your journey in jumpstarting your local fighting game community. Fighting game communities are vast, but if you want to start, we have to start small. I can say pick a game and go with it, but if you instead play a game that you like, that you're willing to spend a lot of time to improve, it'll greatly improve the drive of other members in the future. This action of non-conscious mimicry of people copying other people's motive is called a chameleon effect, and a study about this has been conducted in 1999. To put it simply, when a person shows dedication, enthusiasm, and persistence towards improving, others are likely to unconsciously mimic these traits. So, play one game you like and share it with your friends. Maybe show to them while they're coming to your house, or show it in an arcade, or maybe just share it on social media. Any type of exposure will make people aware of your genuine passion towards a certain game. It might attract you people, and who knows who you might have met. Next step is to find people. You got to make people aware of you and your intention. If you already had some friends in this, good, skip this part. But if not, you'll need to go into some forums, discussions, or Discord channels and ask for players in your area. Find people who are interested in the game. Say that you're open to anyone, beginner or pro. You don't need much, just 2 people playing is already called a scene.
I do firmly believe that at bare minimum, you only need 2 people to play that game, to call it a community. So don't be afraid to start one of that. Like, it could be you and your best friend. It could be someone you met online, and hey, as long as you two can hit it off, you'll be able to grow it more and more.
Please, do not invite people that don't have the same interest, because it's harder to bring people who are never interested in the first place than people who already are.
Saya dan beberapa di sini rata-rata cuma pengen main, ngomong kasarnya, tapi tidak mau istilahnya menjadi orang bagian dari istilahnya entah mungkin dibilang organizer lah, atau mungkin event turnamen TO lah istilahnya, atau IO gitu. Ya, jadi menurut saya kalau kecil gitu mereka agak susah. Pengalaman saya ya, saya nggak tahu.
Also, it's important to create an online presence by having groups, maybe WhatsApp groups or Discord channel or Facebook groups, I think. Now that you've established a scene, it's time to build a community. So your next big step is to soft launch your community by gathering. But you can't just gather to Gather. A gathering needs to have a purpose, at least according to The Art of Gathering by Priya Parker. Purpose defines what makes the gathering unique. People already spend their time and money to come, and they'll expect something. You have to treat this gathering as an event, not a mix-up party. Host a tournament, or a coaching clinic, or combo showcase, just anything that attracts interest of people. You'll also need a venue to hold gathering. Partner with your local coffee shop, gaming cafe, tech shops, or empty spaces that you can rent. Charge your attendees a little to reduce costs. If these things are kind of impossible, piggyback your soft launching in gaming events or anime events. I mean, who says this won't cost money?
Di event buat kayak exhibition gitu, buat orang-orang tes main gitu, dan kadang-kadang buka turnamen tuh orang yang mau join gitu kan, paling syaratnya lo harus masuk grup WhatsApp gitu, makanya trafficnya bisa gede. Cuma cara untuk orangnya stay di situ sebenarnya kami bukan maksa ya, tapi kami balikan lagi ke orangnya. Lu demen nggak Tekken 8 atau Tekken gitu kan? Kalau misalnya lu demen, lu pasti bakal main. Kalau lu gak demen, lu pasti bakal either cabut atau stay aja sampai kapan waktu lu tengok, wah this game menarik nih, game ini menarik gitu. Jadi kami tidak paksa siapa yang mau cabut atau siapa yang mau stay, asalkan lu rasa ini game cocok lo buat kamu.
And about equipment, well, doing a fighting game gathering will require you to get some equipment, and let's face it, you don't have multiple consoles with multiple games with tons of controllers or monitors. This is where the community effort comes in play. Ask your members to borrow some setups, lower your standards of having a 4K gaming setups, and just stick to anything available.
Our first start, we are very grassroots and we very doing it by ourselves. So all the equipment we set up are provided by us. So we bring all the monitors, we bring all the consoles, everything from our end. But later on, when we got enough portfolio and exposures, we kind of have links to some brands that we kind of have a collaboration. So later on, sometimes like for a monitor itself, we can ask them for help.
After your gathering, we connect with these people. Invite new promising members to the online group. Ask some feedback to the attendees. Do they like the game? Do they enjoy your mini tournament or coach clinic? Ask what they like or don't like, and ask what they're expecting for the next gathering. It is very important to do this. Not only you'll get immediate advice for your next event, it will also grow the feeling of contribution towards the community you're nurturing among these players. Now you got yourself an offline community with real people that you can meet. There's two things you need to look after: your approach inside of the community and outside of the community. For the inside, now we have online groups. Create open discussions. Try to ask things like why this character was called broken, why doing combos with a certain character is hard. And don't limit the members on posting things outside of your game or even FTC related. Create a separate space for them to talk about other things. Let them talk about how they love other fighting games, games they're anticipating, what's their take on the new Arcane episode. Anything works, because this will make your community lively. This will make your members react and reach discussions and starting to feel like a part of your community. Bonding with your members are also important to deepen your members' relationship. Maybe just do some small talk out of the game, share about your life experiences and stuff. Even better, you can even do this while having dinner with your community.
So you come at 1 and then you play, and then 6 to 7 or something, right? 7 to 8 we go dinner. We go dinner with everyone. So we go dinner with everyone. That's where you start bonding with the locals.
TLDR, make your members feel involved in the growth of your community. For the outside, build awareness to the public. One of the most effective ways to do this is by making content. It could be anything FGC related, maybe some combo tutorial, podcast, blog post, or even reviewing other people's content like match analysis. You may thought it's kind of sounds like your typical content creator, and yeah, it's kinda it. But now you have community, you don't have to work alone. Again, here's where the community effort comes in play. Reach to your member who you can work together to make content. Create fun and like contents and spread the awareness of your community. Don't push anyone that didn't want to, and you don't have to upload daily or weekly contents. Just do it because you love the game and you wanted other people to know. Now create a space in your gathering for more fighting game title because, let's face it, fighting game is a niche genre. we should support other fighting game players so their community can grow. Of course, there might be some form of gatekeeping needed to keep the community healthy, but don't let that stop you from finding new members. Also, don't forget to connect with other communities related to the FGC or outside of FGC. Creating social interaction with others not only will spread your presence, but open opportunities for collaborations or sponsorship. Finally, never forget your members. After all, they're the reason your community exists. Always remember to host gatherings, whether it's discussing fighting games, offering constructive feedback on techniques, or simply hanging out. It is important to keep these things in check to ensure your community is happy. Hi there, it's your boy again and Merry Christmas. Making this video and doing interviews with a lot of people is so fun and makes me realize how I love fighting games and its community. Also, a little shout out to various source person that I've interviewed. Shout out to Mr. Brang, Mr. Bongso, Calvin aka Raccoon, Access, Dodin, and Dodo Wingster. Shout out to Azure Gaming Cafe, a gaming hub with TCG shop, internet cafe, and a PlayStation room that also had its own fighting game community that usually plays Marvel. Cause it Shout out to Tori Fatmawati, a nice bar with various drinks and food that sometimes hosts various community gatherings, including fighting game. Also, they had this sick arcade cabinet though. Also, it's kind of unavoidable, but you may get salty with your own community. Salt is normal, and it might lead to some unique moments like this.
Somebody's getting fucked! Somebody's getting fucked! Get fucked! Somebody's getting 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 fucked!